Now at 6:30, sewer rates in the city of Athens are going up. We will tell you when and by how much.
Plus, with the holidays coming up, how you can avoid porch pirates stealing your gifts.
And in sports,
I knew she was a leader. Lexi's somebody that always leads in the classroom, also on the court.
Find out more about one Ohio volleyball player's journey to Athens. Newswatch starts right now.
You're taking a look outside at a cloudy night in Athens. Good evening, I'm Ashley Fry.
And I'm Lucy Schaefer. Welcome to Newswatch. We had a rainy day in Athens today, so let's send it over to forecaster Rachel Grant to tell us if that's going to continue throughout the next couple of days.
Thanks, Lucy. We'll be seeing some rain going into tonight and catching a break from it for tomorrow. But then on Thursday, we'll be seeing some snow. And even though it might not be a lot, it's still a hint that winter is coming our way. But for today, we're seeing some rain really passing through us throughout the day. Might have felt some rain or some sprinkles throughout your morning and afternoon commute, but we're currently catching a break from it now. 58 outside and overcast skies, and it's a hint to what to expect going into tonight with that low of 51 degrees and 20% chance of showers. If you are going out tonight, make sure you have that rain jacket, that umbrella. You're definitely going to need it. We're still definitely seeing some showers going into the evening, but won't be needing it going into tomorrow. We'll be seeing that high of 62 tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. And then we'll be catching a break from the rain. And we're seeing also that low of 32. We'll be seeing a cold front passing through tomorrow morning going into the afternoon. So you're definitely going to need that jacket going into tomorrow afternoon and evening. As for our 3-day outlook, we'll be seeing some snow coming in on Thursday, and we're feeling that cold front fully passing through with a high of 41 degrees. As for Friday, might be seeing a little bit of some mixed precip, but mostly showers to kick off our weekend. We'll talk more about what to expect for Thursday and the weekend in my full weather forecast. For now, we're going back to Lucy.
Thanks, Rachel. Athens residents will see an increase in their sewer bill come the new year. The City Council unanimously approved increasing sewer rates by 3%. Residents can expect to see their rates increase from $6 to $6.18 per 1,000 gallons. For commercial and industrial buildings, the increase is slightly higher. Commercial buildings will see their rates go up from $6.79 to $6.99 per 1,000 gallons. Rates for industrial buildings will increase from $7.49 to $7.71 per 1,000 gallons. Customers will also see an increase in their monthly base rate. City officials say these increases will be put towards improving the city's aging water system. The new rates will go into effect January 1st of next year.
A West Virginia fugitive was shot and killed yesterday in Ohio following a standoff with multiple law enforcement agencies. The U.S. Marshal's office says the suspect barricaded himself in a motel room in Jackson Township and refused to comply with orders from officers. U.S. Marshals were joined on scene by 2 other state and regional fugitive task force and SWAT team agencies. Authorities say the suspect was given numerous opportunities to surrender, but he refused and eventually opened fire on officers. Law enforcement returned gunfire.
That suspect started firing shots at our officers, actually hit one of the SWAT officers. The subject is deceased at this time, and I'm very glad that all of our law enforcement officers lived and they're going to be okay.
A SWAT team officer was shot in the arm, but his injuries are not life-threatening. The fugitive was wanted for a federal weapons offense.
Watch out for any extra kernels in Licking County after corn spilled across a country roadway. State Route 662 in Brownsville near Laurel Hill was covered in corn yesterday afternoon. The Ohio Department of Transportation took about 3 to 4 hours to clean up about 100 yards. Even though the roadway is clear, ODOT is urging caution in the area. Officials don't know who spilled the corn or how. The race for Ohio House Speaker is heating up with a new representative jumping in. Incumbent Jason Stevens says he won't be defending his seat against Senate President Matt Huffman. A surprising freshman lawmaker from Western Ohio, Republican Tim Barhorst, is running against Huffman. Barhorst says he's confident in his supporters. Current Speaker Stevens hasn't announced who he'll support.
The Manhattan DA's office says it agrees with postponing Donald Trump's sentencing in the hush money case. They say it will give time to litigate the president-elect's expected motion to dismiss the case. In a letter to the judge, the DA's office also acknowledged Trump is not likely to be sentenced until after the end of his upcoming term as president. But the district attorney says Trump's felony conviction should stand. Trump was convicted in May on 34 counts of falsifying business records over payments made to his then lawyer, Michael Cohen. President Joe Biden is working to make good on his promise to storm victims in the southeastern U.S. in the final 2 months of his presidency. He unveiled a multi-billion-dollar aid package that he's hoping Congress will pass before he leaves the Oval Office. Laura Aguirre brings us more.
We're going to do everything we can to help you pick back up the pieces and get back to where you were.
President Joe Biden last month sending reassurance to thousands of storm victims across the hurricane-ravaged Southeast. Now he's asking Congress for roughly $100 billion to back that up, and $40 billion of that would go to FEMA, double the amount Congress budgeted for the agency this year, according to a Congressional Research Service report. This year's active and powerful Atlantic hurricane season, including storms Helene and Milton, along with the deadly wildfires out west, drained the agency's budget. Its administrator on Capitol Hill today, testifying before a House subcommittee on the agency's disaster response.
Our workforce persevered through all of the challenges, and they also persevered through a difficult security environment generated by misinformation about FEMA's work spread through social media.
Two House members who could ultimately vote on the president's request offered differing views on FEMA's performance.
I'm grateful for the federal resources and personnel that were surged into the region, including Administrator Criswell being there a couple of times.
The people of Western North Carolina are tired. The grief that they're experiencing is compounded by bureaucratic missteps, delays, and poor communication.
When and how congressional leaders move on the nearly $100 billion is uncertain. They could address it as a standalone bill or tuck it into the end-of-year spending package. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
There are only a few weeks left on the legislative calendar, and Republicans are set to take control of both chambers of Congress in the new year. But there is a recognition on both sides of the aisle that getting aid passed is a priority. Coming up, a new study shows this fall may break records for high temperatures.
And more cases of bird flu are creating concerns. Hear what health officials are saying about the infection.
We saw lots of showers today, but is that the case for tomorrow? Stay tuned to see my weather forecast when Newswatch returns.
This year, Gridiron is back and better than ever with our 25th season. I'm your host, Haley Hollinger.
And I'm your digital host, Donovan Varney. Throughout the week, make sure to tune into our Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, and YouTube for game preview segments on the pregame huddle. If you still can't get enough high school football, check out our Instagram and TikTok for more weekly content.
And of course, we'll see you right here every Friday night at 11:30 p.m. because there's nothing better than Friday nights and Gridiron Glory.
Today's the day.
You're home.
It's a celebration.
Here we go. No one can say I don't have accomplished daughters.
We need more fun in our family.
It's just like a real blessing.
Look at this spread.
That's good.
Your heart gets so full that you think it's gonna burst.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, it's a stellar hour full of objects connected to space exploration.
You realize that space nerds everywhere are going crazy right now.
Oh my stars.
Thanks, Dad.
You got to be kidding.
Gee.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
I would never believe that.
Don't miss Antiques Roadshow Out of This World.
Monday at 8 on WOUB.
Sherlock Holmes is the world's most famous detective. But why didn't his creator, Arthur Conan Doyle, love him as much as the rest of us do? In this series, I'm tracking down clues and evaluating the evidence to discover where creator and creation diverged. I'm hoping to open a little window into Arthur's mind.
From coast to coast, the U.S. is bracing for potentially dangerous and varying weather conditions.
A new storm system is set to hit the west while a new outbreak of wildfires impacts the northeast, forcing new evacuations. Brian Abel has the effects.
New York City taking action this week as it sits in the second longest rainless streak on city record. Mayor Eric Adams announcing a drought warning for the city for the first time in 2 decades, urging people living there to conserve water, take shorter showers, and don't run water while brushing your teeth.
If we pull together and save water together, we'll be able to ride this through.
The drought also creating conditions ripe for fire.
The fire risk is high and the fire risk is real.
Right now, the region is battling a new outbreak of wildfires, including New Jersey, where Monday night homes were yards from the danger before fire crews established a containment line in time. And New York City officials saying more than 270 households were evacuated Sunday night from the already established Jennings Creek fire, one of the largest in New York in the last 30 years. Burning about 5,200 acres so far. Meanwhile, the West Coast bracing for a bomb cyclone, bringing flood watches and blizzard warnings. The major system will likely drop a stream of moisture up the West Coast. In Washington, heavy snow is expected. Seattle expected to see significant rain, while Northern California could see high winds and significant flooding. The strongest risk coming Thursday. In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
And now we welcome in forecaster Rachel Grant. Rachel, earlier you mentioned that we're going to get some snow this week. Is that something that we're going to see continue throughout the rest of our time?
It'll continue going into the weekend. It's a small hint to what to expect for December, even though it might not be a lot. Seeing maybe a coating to even an inch of snow. So not really seeing much, maybe as much as we'd like for right now.
So what's the rest of the week going to look like?
The rest of the week, we'll be catching a break from the rain going into tomorrow. Might be seeing some rain again from this huge band of storms that we're seeing really passing through, going toward the East Coast. But for right now, we're seeing the rest of the rain really passing through us right now. Might be catching a small break from the rain currently, but still might be seeing some showers going into tonight and even a little bit going into tomorrow morning. And that's reflected on our recap for today. 90% chance of showers, high of 59, and we'll be seeing similar conditions going into tonight with that low of 51 and a 20% chance of showers. So still along the smaller side for a chance of showers tonight. If you are going out, make sure you have that umbrella, that rain jacket. You're definitely going to need it. Maybe not for tomorrow morning. Seeing a high of 62 and mostly cloudy skies. And we'll also be feeling that cold front passing through going into tomorrow morning and afternoon, hence why we're seeing that low of 32. But it's catching a small break from the rain going into tomorrow. Here's a closer look at that. The rain from today is really going to break up, moving north and a little bit south. We're also seeing 2 low pressure systems really forming from that. Again, that cold front is going to fully pass through us going into tomorrow afternoon. Going into tomorrow night, that's where we're going to see maybe some more rain. We're seeing 3 low pressure systems really fueling this rain forming again. That'll fully disperse out going into tomorrow night. That's where we're going to see the snow coming in from the north really shift down going toward Toledo throughout the day Thursday morning, and then fully shift down going into Thursday night. Here's our 3-day outlook. High 62 for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, catching a break from the rain, but we'll be seeing some snow going into Thursday. That high of 41, cold front passing through again going into tomorrow. And we'll be feeling that going into Thursday and Friday as well. But it's 80% chance of showers. Still might see some snowflakes here or there Friday morning, but mostly rain to kick off our weekend. Going into Saturday, we're seeing 50% chance of showers, high of 48. So getting along the warmer side for our weekend. Catching a break from the rain on Sunday with that high of 51. As for next week, we'll be kicking it off with a high of 59, so again, more along the warmer side with a 60% chance of showers and a smaller chance of showers on Tuesday.
Preliminary data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration shows this fall is on pace to be one of the warmest on record. According to the data, the average temperature this season is more than 7 degrees above normal. For comparison, the warmest fall on record was in 2016, and the temperature was a little over 4 degrees warmer than average. A series of storms tracking across the country this week will finally help it make it feel like fall. However, forecasters say millions of Americans will still be dealing with the above average warmth through at least the end of the month.
Millions of packages will arrive on doorsteps around the country between now and the end of December, and that means you may need to look out for porch pirates. But if a package is swiped, a refund or replacement isn't guaranteed. Karen Kafa takes a look at how to protect your packages.
Americans will ring up more than $240.8 billion in online sales this holiday season, according to Adobe Analytics, with most purchases slated for home delivery and providing more opportunity for porch pirates.
Now's the time to be a lot more vigilant.
CNET Money editor Daisha Milden says protecting packages can begin before items leave the warehouse by choosing options like package tracking notifications or requiring a signature for delivery, and purchasing with a credit card that offers a refund or replacement in the event of theft.
Go ahead and check with your credit card issuer and see, do I have purchase protection? What are the limitations in case something like this does happen? It's better to be proactive in this case rather than reactive.
For households using a doorbell camera, Milden says a small upgrade for extra recording capability around the holiday rush can help.
If you don't have storage availability or recording, definitely see if that's something you can add on. Usually just log online and pay that fee.
Consumers might want to consider in-store pickup for online orders or have packages delivered to pickup locations to reduce risks. And in the spirit of the season, Milden also suggests reaching out to neighbors to help keep an eye out for your packages and theirs. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Bird flu has also now led to more than 4 dozen infections in U.S. humans. And while most human cases are mild, health officials are keeping a close eye to the north as a Canadian teenager was hospitalized in critical condition with a confirmed H5N1 infection. Sporadic cases of H5N1 spreads from animals to humans have prompted concern from U.S. health officials. The latest CDC data confirms 52 cases of bird flu in people since April. Ohio State epidemiologist Andrew Bowman says the latest strain of the virus came over to the U.S. in 2021.
As we think about a virus that might move from animals into humans and potentially cause the next pandemic, it certainly has everyone's guard up.
Bowman says the food supply in the U.S. remains safe and says normal food handling practices of cooking meat to proper temperatures, washing hands and sanitizing kitchens will also kill the virus.
This Thanksgiving is shaping up to be a record breaker for business. A new retail survey predicts more than 183 million people are planning to shop in-store and online from Thanksgiving Day through Cyber Monday. 57% of those cited good deals as their main reason for shopping. Retailers say they're ready with great prices and plenty of inventory, and holiday spending is expected to hit nearly $1 trillion this year. The survey was conducted by the National Retail Federation and Prosper Insights and Analytics.
Next in sports, Lexi Grissett has been around Ohio volleyball since she was young. Grissett went from the ball girl to the brightest stage in the Convocation Center. Find out more about her journey coming up next.
On Masterpiece.
Margaret Schlegel monopolizing my father. She always meant to get her hands on Howard's End.
You too feel lonely.
Horribly. I've had you here on false pretenses. I am asking you to be my wife.
I won't ask for charity. This isn't charity.
Dear Miss Schlegel, my circumstances have taken a turn.
Mr. Best, you don't pretend your marriage has been a happy one. Howard's End on Masterpiece.
Sunday at 8 on WOUB.
Let's start at the beginning, shall we? I can't wait.
People will be watching your every move. I can handle it. Let's go.
So, what's your secret?
Things are starting to move in the right direction.
Tell us everything.
Are you ready for
Just getting started. Locked on the target. Are you ready for
No one is going to tell me who I can or can't be.
Try
troubles, honey. Like you wouldn't believe. Hop in. Every day, I see the evidence of all that love can do.
Whatever happens, we'll be together.
There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be.
This was perfect.
Normally, it's something that an artist cannot capture, and yet Leonardo does.
On Leonardo da Vinci, the first stirrings of scientific revolution was just being felt.
We really do see all of Leonardo's scientific knowledge in the painting.
He's taken this straightforward subject and turned it into something wonderful.
Don't miss the conclusion of Leonardo da Vinci.
Tonight at 8 on WOUB.
Good evening and welcome to sports. I'm Josh Herner. This week, Point Pleasant High School was a part of a lawsuit against the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission about a newly incorporated standings calculations that the team was not aware of. Earlier today, the West Virginia Supreme Court ruled in favor of the WVSSAC, keeping certain teams in the playoffs. The Wood County judge who originally granted the injunction eventually ruled against it, saying that the circuit court exceeded its authority. Now, teams that originally were excluded from the playoffs are back in the tournament, which will impact the way playoff decisions are made. Class AAA team Point Pleasant was one of the teams previously out of the playoffs and now will get a chance to compete on Friday night against Fairmont Senior. Heading to Ohio, Bobcats freshman Lexi Grissett has always wanted to play Division I volleyball and now has the chance to do it for her hometown team. Ohio Bobcats women's volleyball is no stranger to freshman Lexi Grissett. Grissett grew up in Albany, Ohio, and played volleyball for Alexander, a local high school. Since a young age, she attended Bobcats volleyball games and has been around Ohio teams since she was young.
My favorite memory was being the ball girl at the games, because I'd be the ball girl during the game, and then after they always had a session in that roar room above the convo, and then we just eat dinner with them.
Before she got to Ohio, Grissett had a very successful career at Alexander, including winning TVC Offensive Player of the Year twice and was an All-Ohio honorable mention. Current Alexander volleyball head coach Lauren Hill was an assistant for Grissett's senior year and immediately noticed her impact.
Well, early on in the preseason in the summer, I knew she was a leader. Lexi's somebody that always leads in the classroom, also on the court. It was obvious she would be the person seeking out her teammates that didn't have a partner for a drill or maybe were lacking behind in a drill.
Grissett has already made her presence felt on the court for Ohio this season. She had 72 assists on the year, including 37 in her first 3 games. Bobcats assistant coach and setters coach Kenzie Brinkman has high expectations for Grissett.
Lexi's a grinder. She is going to work every day. She comes into practice every day. That girl's going to get better every single time she steps onto the gym. So, I mean, by the end of her 4 years here, I expect her to achieve everything that she's ever wanted to.
Playing so close to her hometown, Grissett has become a fan favorite for younger Bobcat fans and is proud to represent where she is from.
And then I'd see some community members wearing shirts that had my name on it, and it's just kind of like a shock to see, and it was just very sentimental to me. And I just worked to show those girls that their dreams are never out of reach and to never give up when things are hard. And it makes me feel very proud to represent my hometown and my small community.
As a young girl, decided she wanted to go to OU and play volleyball. I'm sure you've heard the story of her running lemonade stands and raising money to go to OU Bobcat camp. She just kind of shows you it doesn't matter how small you are, where you come from, what your background is. If you set the bar high, you can achieve high.
For Grissett, to put on the Ohio jersey for the first time was special.
Amazing, just getting to realize that my dream had actually come true, and it's just a great opportunity in general to play college volleyball, but it's just such a privilege to now be able to play locally, only 10 minutes away from my community.
Grissett also says that it's been awesome to have everyone supporting her, and she hopes to inspire the younger girls to never give up. Moving over to Ohio football, where the Bobcats are preparing for arguably their most important game of the season against Toledo. The Bobcats' path to a MAC championship is clear. If they win out, they are heading to Detroit. However, the Bobcats have historically struggled against Toledo. Toledo leads the all-time series 33-21, with the Golden Rockets taking the last matchup in the MAC championship. Make sure to follow WOUB Bobcat Showcase on X and Facebook for all updates on Ohio athletics. That's all for sports. Back to the desk.
Still ahead, this Italian village is offering houses to Americans for the low price of $1.
It's such a magical place.
The abundance of life, absolutely extraordinary. And then it hit me. The world has to see this. Seeing the lions back on the beach. How are they going to survive?
In my lifetime, I get to be the first of something that could change people's lives.
The treasure was hidden in a special place. We are very lucky.
Wednesday on WOUB.
Regardless of your stage of life, whether you're starting your first job, getting the keys to a new home, or enjoying retirement, it's never too early or too late to create an estate plan to care for loved ones and support the causes that are meaningful to you. WOUB Public Media is pleased to have partnered with Giving Docs, a free resource for building an estate plan that fits your needs and protects the people and causes you care about. Visit WOUB.org and click the support tab to get started today.
This is you on the cusp of your next chapter.
It's a passageway into something new.
It just seeps into you.
It's a groundbreaking moment.
We can make it ours.
We're coming out hot. We're starting here. It's definitely going to be a treat for their palate.
What a story.
She had the imagination of a genius.
Each time I go up there, it's the sense of newness.
3, 2, 1.
Showtime. We're all running.
It's beautiful.
Cherish every moment.
Continue to laugh.
We hope you'll join us. There is no going back.
It's time for a new beginning.
A rare silver coin that is older than the U.S. has set an auction record. Auction house Stack's Bowers Galleries says the 3-pence coin sold for more than $2.5 million, which is a new record. The coin was minted in Boston in 1652, making it one of the first coins to be minted in the then British colony. It was found in a box in an old cabinet in the Netherlands in 2016. There was a note attached that was written in 1798, but it just said silver token unknown and from Quincy family. Extensive research, testing, and analysis helped reveal its true historical value. Just one other 3-pence coin of this type is known to have survived to the present day.
An Italian village is offering homes to Americans for $1. Ololai on the island of Sardinia has been trying to persuade outsiders to move there after decades of depopulation. Now it has launched a website aimed at Americans upset over the results of the presidential election. While anyone can apply, U.S. citizens will have favor over the potential applicants. The village is offering 3 tiers of accommodation: free temporary homes to digital nomads, €1 homes in need of renovations, and ready-to-occupy homes for about $105,000. Wow, I mean, $1 houses, I don't know if anything really sounds better than that.
In such a beautiful country, too. I've never been to Italy. Have you, Josh?
No, I've never been to Italy either, but that's definitely something on the bucket list. How about you, Rachel?
I actually have been to Italy.
Oh, really?
It was really pretty when I went there.
What did you do when you were there?
I was actually in Rome, and I was able to see Pompeii, as well as the chapel as well.
Pretty.
Yeah, but it is a pretty country, but for tonight, we'll be seeing less prettier conditions than we like. Low of 51 with mostly cloudy skies. As for tomorrow, we'll be expecting similar conditions, just with some showers, high of 62. And you're definitely going to need that umbrella and rain jacket going into tomorrow. But for the rest of the week, we'll be seeing some snow for Thursday, the high of 41, and some showers to kick off the weekend, catching a break on Sunday, and some showers going into Monday and Tuesday.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Rachel Grant and Josh Horner, I'm Ashley Fry.
And I'm Lucy Schaefer. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great night.
Support for PBS NewsHour is proudly